Game 4 of the World Series just had one of the most batshit endings you will ever see in any professional setting. Like many others, I'm sure, I'm still trying to make sense of it all. If you had told me that this would result in a game-winning run, I would have never believed you. But this ending is so on brand for 2020. Let's back up a bit. Before the game, it was announced that Willie Nelson Jr., aka Cody Bellinger, wouldn't be playing outfield because of back spasms. He had to DH instead, but it clearly affected his bat too since he was 0 for 4. For the Rays, that meant instead of facing an outfield that swallows up hits, they actually had a weak spot to target. Now then, on to the 9th. Randy Arozarena gets walked, so up steps Brett Phillips. He didn't play at all in the NLCS or during the first 3 games of the World Series. And, if I'm being honest, he looks 12 years old. The ump clearly doesn't respect him, which is why he called this a strike. And this a strike? You ain't convincing anyone there's no deep state conspiracy in this series with bullshit like that. But then, he hits it out to center field where, as we said before, they didn't have the usual guy manning that spot. Chris Taylor, man, you had one job. So, okay, the tying run scores, but you can still send this to extras by tagging out a Arozarena, and I mean, come on. He just did an impression of a gymnast. He's out by a mile. Except that Will Smith loses the ball too, and he comes home to score. What an image! Between Daniel Jones and now Arozarena, we've seen a lot of people falling on their way to success. This was my favorite thing to come out of this game. This reaction from Dave Roberts is outstanding. I don't even want to interpret what he's saying because it's so perfect as is. This stat is also incredible. This is only the 5th World Series game to end on a walk-off error, and very nearly came on the anniversary of that infamous 1986 game. To borrow a line from Curb Your Enthusiasm, why is Buckner on my team? Meanwhile, this soundbite from Phillips after the game is as good as it gets.
You know, honestly, it's hard to believe right now that things are going like that just happened. Once I saw Randy slip, I was like, oh shoot, at least we tied it up. And then he missed the ball. I don't know what happened, but then he scored. And next thing I know, I'm airplaning around the outfield, and I get dogpiled, and here I am talking to the boys.
This is what we love about sports. Unsung heroes. And it doesn't get any more unsung than that. The Dodgers just lost to someone who still eats Piscetti. There's certainly no better way to get your first career postseason hit. And for Phillips, it's either all downhill from here, or Game 7 ends with him hitting the walk-off home run. Whichever it is, I can't wait to see it play out. After losing a game in which Seager and Turner each went 4 for 5, as well as manufacturing so many runs with 2 outs, Dodgers fans must feel sick to their stomach. And to make matters worse, they have to trust Clayton Kershaw in a must-win game. How are Dodgers fans feeling about that? Yep, that's what I thought.